Error, sampling error. What is sampling error? The sampling error occurs because the researchers draw different subjects from the same population. Because the subjects have intricate differences, and always we have to keep in mind that when a researcher selects a sample, it is only a subset of entire population. So always when we are selecting the sample, we have to ensure that the sample is in the subset of the entire population. So therefore, there may be a difference between the sample and population. And so here the sampling error occurs when the sample used in the study is not representative of the whole population, and often it occurs the researcher always calculate a margin of error during final results of a statistical practice. And the margin of error is the amount of error allowed for sometimes we may be miscalculate the sample, that may be also causing the sampling error to represent the difference between the sample and actual population. And the most frequent cause of said error is based biased sample procedure. So every researcher must seek to establish a sample that is free from bias and is representative of the entire population, and in such cases the researcher is able to minimize or eliminate the sampling error. And the most common sampling errors, so the first one is the population specification error. Here the population specification error occurs when researcher don't know precisely who to survey. So sometimes the researcher may not be having an adequate knowledge about the population, to where to go, whom to survey. These are the things that will be occurring in the sampling error. So that is the first one, population specification error, that is the researcher is unaware about the specification of the population. And if you are taking an example, imagine a research study about a kid's apparel and who is the right person to survey. It can be both parents and only the mother or the child. The parents make purchase decision, but the kids may influence their choice. So here sometimes the kid will be influencing either the father or mother. So sometimes we may be thinking that the survey can be conducted from both the parents. And the next one is the sampling frame error. The sample frame error arises when researchers target the subpopulation wrongly while selecting the sample. So we will be having a population, in that we will be taking the accessible population or the target population. So example, if you are doing the research for diabetes mellitus patients, so we will be taking the target population, that is the diabetes mellitus patients residing at Kulithara. And if you are coming to the accessible population, we will be having a categorization of the age. So between the age, depend upon the inclusion criteria, we will be taking the sampling error. But in some cases, if the researcher committing any mistake when he or she is targeting the subpopulation, he or she may be wrongly selecting the sample. So picking a sample frame from the telephones and white pages book may have erroneous inclusions because people shift their city. So cluster sampling, we will be taking the sample from cities. So we will be having a cities or block, we will be dividing, and we may be collecting the information from through the telephonic information. So such occasion here the researcher is not having a direct interaction with the subjects. So sometimes in a particular block the people might have shifted the house into another area, that will be also causing a sampling error. And erroneous exclusions occur when people prefer to unlist their numbers, and wealthy households may have more than one connection, thus leading to multiple inclusions. So here what will happen, if you are taking the cluster sample, sometimes they may not be we can't contact them. Sometimes they may be having only one number, so we may be finding it difficult to contact them. And even the people, those who are in upper class, they may be having more numbers. So sometimes by mistake the same subjects may be taken multiple times. So that will be causing a sampling error. The next is the selection error. Selection error occurs when the respondents self-select themselves to participate in the study. And only the interested ones respond, and you can control selection errors by going the extra step to request responses from the entire sample. So sometimes what will happen, if you are doing a survey or an interview and you need 100 samples, so sometimes in that 100 sample, 50 or 70 people will be spontaneously or voluntarily they will come forward to give the information. So that may be occur in the selection error. So they themselves, the subjects of the sample, they themselves come voluntarily, or they will be coming with their own interest to give your answer for your question. So that by mistake, you may be selecting such people as your sample instead of having other samples. So always you have to make sure you are covering the entire sample which you have chosen. And pre-survey planning, follow-up, and a neat and clean survey design will boost respondent participation rate. So in case if we want to prevent such type of error, always the researcher has to have a pre-survey planning, always he has to follow up the thing, and always we should have a neat and clean survey design. These all the things will be boost up the respondents participation rate. And the sampling errors, so the sampling error we can also tell it is a systematic error, because here the results from the sample differ significantly from the results from the entire population. So in logically, if the sample is not representative of the entire population, the results from it will most likely differ from the results from the entire population. So if you are taking a sample from the particular population, you may be getting a different type of result when you are comparing with the entire population. So sometimes what will happen, another possible cause of error is a chance, we can take a chance. So here the process of randomization and the probability sampling is done. So in case if you want to minimize the error, so better we can go for a randomization. So here the minimize the sampling process error by having a randomization, but it is still possible that all the randomized subjects are not representative of the population. So sampling errors occur due to the disparity in the representativeness of the respondents, and mainly it is happened if you are not selecting the sample carefully. And the sampling errors, always the researcher has to make sure you are controlling the sample error and eliminated by creating a careful sample design, and better we can have a large enough sample to reflect the entire population, or using an online sample or survey audience to collect responses. How we can control the sampling error? So controlling sample error help the statistical theories. Here the researcher has to apply some statistical theories to measure the probability of sampling errors and sample size and population, and even the size of the sample considered from the population primarily determine the size of the sampling error. So the sampling error, sample when we are selecting the number of sample, that should be determined from the prevalence rate of the particular area. So by the way we can have the proper sample size in order to prevent the sampling error. So larger sample sizes tend to encounter a lower rate of errors, and here the researcher can use even a metric known of margin of error and understand the thing. So that's what we are taking a confidence interval of 95%, and we are minimizing the thing. And here we are, if you are taking a confidence interval of 95%, here we are assuming that there will be a 5% error, that is considered to be desired confidence in level. Coming to what are the steps to reduce the sampling errors. So the sampling errors are easy to identify. So here some of the few steps to reduce sampling errors. So there is only one way to eliminate the sampling error, and the solution to eliminate the concept of sample, and always we have to test the entire population. And in some cases what will happen, it may not be possible. So consequently what the researcher must do is to minimize sampling process error. So this can be achieved by a proper and unbiased probability sampling, and even we can using a larger sample. So two ways we can minimize the sample error. One thing we should have a larger sample size. Second one, we have to go for better probability sampling. And however, to minimize sampling bias, we should follow certain steps. First one is that is the increased sample size. So larger sample size results in a more accurate result because the study gets closer to the actual population size. And the second is the divide the population into groups. So we will be having a subgroups, and these test groups according to the size of the population instead of a random sampling. So people in the specific demographic make up 20% of the population, and always we have to make sure this study is made up of this variable, and we can ensure that the target population is well defined and the sample frame should match it as much possible, and avoid convenient or judgment sampling. And next one is we should know the population, know your population. So always the researcher has to study the population and understand its demographic mix, and when complete population cannot be sampled, then care should be taken that the population that is excluded one is not taking away the desired features which were supposed to be measured from the population. And always we should know what demographics use the product as service and ensure the only target the sample that matters. Thank you.